Couple of questions related to the Myanmar civil war. First of all, what's the issue with Myanmar? Second, who are the big players in the Myanmar civil war? Third, how does it benefit them? Fourth, what's the role of India in this? Okay, let us go to map. Here is map. Where is Myanmar? We go back to the subcontinent. Okay, this is India. And to the east of India, we have this large nation called Myanmar, right? And we have this tri-junction here: India, Myanmar, China. And if we go down south, we have a tri-junction here: India, Myanmar, Bangladesh, or East Pakistan. And then Myanmar has a border with Thailand, right? And that's about it. And also a border with Laos. So that's Myanmar. It's supposed to be. It's look, historically, it's been part of Indian civilization. The people of Myanmar culturally are pretty much Indian. They are probably more Indian than most Indians, including, yeah. So that's Myanmar. Now, what's the deal? What's the issue with Myanmar? See, since the 1940s, Myanmar, whenever Myanmar got its independence, which year was it? When did Myanmar become independent? When did Myanmar get independence? 48. 1948 is when Myanmar became independent. Since then, Myanmar has been ruled by the military of Myanmar. Okay. The military wanted a strong nation to be its supporter. They would have liked India to be that nation, but India was never interested in being strong itself. So the Myanmarese army, militia, junta, it aligned with China. Now, so Myanmar was aligned with China for the longest time. It kind of still is to some extent. Okay. Myanmar is rich in resources, natural resources, oil, gas, a lot of gas, and rare earths. If you go to the north of Myanmar, okay, not far from India, you will see all kinds of rare earth, mines being operationalized. Where do we have it? Okay, I need to put that part of the map back in. Where is it? Is it here? Okay, let's see. Let's quickly zoom in here. Do we see? Yeah, here we have something. These are rare earth mines. No, probably not this, but somewhere nearby. You will have, okay, mine pit. Rare earth mining is happening here. So very close to the Chinese border, we have rare earth mines, okay, that the Myanmaris are working on. And all of that is exported to the Chinese. Let me see here quickly. Do we have something happening here? Yeah, you have some mining activity happening here. So if you know what to look for, and if you have the time to look into it, you will find significant rare earth mining activity happening here. So if Myanmar is a nation that has rare earths and it knows how to process them, that makes Myanmar a very important nation. The Chinese are benefiting from the rare earths that the Myanmaris are processing. The Americans want that. The northern part of Myanmar, okay, let's go back to the map. So the northern parts of Myanmar, okay, these used to be Hindu. These were Hindu regions. For example, the kingdom of Manipur had an alliance with the kingdom of Pong in the north of Myanmar. And the king of Pong, after a joint military campaign with the king of Manipur, which was successful, the king of Pong gifted a Vishnu idol to the king of Manipur. So the northern part of Myanmar was Hindu. Today, the northern part of Myanmar is entirely converted to Christianity. So the British, who after the 1940s spent a lot of time, the British, actually the Americans, who spent a lot of time in the far east of India converting Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, all these people to Christianity. Manipur still survives, but Nagaland is almost completely converted. They are doing that in Arunachal also now. So while they were converting India's northeastern people, far eastern people to Christianity, they were doing the same thing in Myanmar as well. So in the northern parts of Myanmar, you have Christianity all over the place, and those people are no longer aligned with the government of Myanmar. They don't see themselves as Burmese anymore. They are culturally Western, Christian. In the same situation, the Americans have done across Southeast Asia, Laos, Vietnam. In the mountainous regions of Vietnam, they converted everybody. So wherever you have these conversions, you have militancy, you have insurgency, you have anti-national movements, you have breakaway separatist movements, and so on. So that's the situation. So today, Myanmar is in civil war. Okay, the Myanmaris had aligned with the West for a while. They had Aung San Suu Kyi, who was their leader and who became the prime minister, president of Myanmar, whatever, right? But then she became a Myanmarese patriot and she tried to crack down on the Rohingya terrorists, which is why the Americans stopped liking her. And then there was a coup recently in Myanmar. The army took over again. So today, the army of Myanmar is kind of in control of half the nation. Half the nation is aligned with China or whoever is going to willing to pay them the best money. And we have the entire cookie land for Christ issue that comes out of this matter. The West wants to create an artificial Christian Pakistan out of parts of northern Myanmar, Manipur, Mizoram, etc. Right, to cut India's access to Eastern Asia. Our access to Northern Asia is cut off. Our access to Western Asia is cut off by Pakistan and China. Now they want to cut off our access to Eastern Asia. In the past 70, 80 years, India has not built a single road, single highway that connects the far east of India, Manipur, etc., to Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, wherever. We have not bothered to do a thing. Our governments have been sleeping. So since we have been sleeping, even in the past 11 years, now we have the situation. And now Manipur is under cookie occupation, half of Manipur. And that's the situation. So India's role in this is, and these folks, they not only do this rare earth mining and all, they do opium mining. Opium is then refined into heroin or whatever drug it is. Cocaine, not cocaine, probably heroin, right? And that's how they they acquire money to purchase arms, ammunition, and all that. And that's also happening in India's Manipur, right? So the big players in Myanmar civil war, who are they? It's the US and China. It's a proxy war. The northern part is controlled by the Chinese. The Americans also have the cookies on their side. And the government of Myanmar, the military, wants to somehow remain independent, somehow. Maybe we'll see about that. And that's the deal. So it's a geopolitical issue. The civil war is being instigated from outside. And what's India's role in this? I don't know what role India is playing in this. We have allowed I don't know how many lakhs of Myanmarese origin cookies to squat in Manipur and take over our territory and besiege the people of Manipur in the small Imphal region. Manipur is the last bastion of Hinduism in India's far east, apart from a little bit in Tripura. I'm not sure what India's role in this is. India's role is always reactive, nothing proactive ever, right? There was some talk of India gaining some Myanmarese territory if the cookies come on India's side, some sort of nonsensical dream like that. See, these folks, they don't identify with India. They have no allegiance to India as a nation. They have no allegiance to India as a civilization. They don't even have allegiance to Burma. You can't trust them. And they are allied with the West. And there are some other nations also involved in this that I will not name here. Okay, there are certain other full support SAR nations involved in this.